Let the people see.
Okay. I can move it away from you.
That's Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharma sarupine avatar varishthaaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha Yathagne dahika shakti Ramakrishna sthita hiya Sarva vidya sarupanta Saradam pranamamyaham Parutatte sadalino Ramakrishna samagaya Yo dharmastapana rato Viresham tam namamyaham. So now today, our last session for this trip. So what shall we discuss? Where to start?
Sanchit karma and prarabdha karma.
Sanchita karma, prarabdha karma. Yes, karma is a big factor in our life. And because of karma, we are here. Shankara's main theme of discussion was we are here. Why we are here? It is because of some karma. Why did we do some karma? Because there was some desire. Why it was the desire? Because we are ignorant. So the formula is avidya, kama, karma. Ignorance. What is the ignorance? Ignorance has made us understand that we are this limited personality, and this world in which we live in a small net of our ignorant world, that is everything, and anything is lost there, I cry, anything is gained, I become happy. But this is ignorance. These are all identification with the petty little things which I am not. So that is the avidya. Vidya, that gives the wisdom. No, I am not that. And because I am entangled into the avidya, therefore my desire comes. I am incomplete. I am incomplete, so I am unfulfilled. I will be fulfilled. I will incomplete. I will get the full completeness by receiving this, gaining this, achieving this, accomplishing this. And accomplishing this means we need to do work. So the work is because of work we are here. Now the work, whenever you do any action, that work, it is done by what? Work is done by hand, feet, etc. But that is not enough. Hand, feet may be there. If the energy is not there, hand will be there. I cannot raise my hand. So prana is included there. Prana, the energy. Even prana is there. But with the mind, you see the depressed people, those who are really very depressed, look at them, they feel cannot do anything. Though nothing medically, people say that there's nothing, doctors say perfectly okay. But mentally, when we become weak, mind does not cooperate or mind does not act properly, then what happens? We cannot do anything. So we depend on mind then. And I am the doer. I think, I do. So I am there. So whatever action is done by hand, feet, and everything, it is all getting embedded into the mind as impressions. We call impressions. And Patanjali cleared this idea that you, like a lake, you throw a stone, and if you throw the stone, it creates a ripple or wave, and where the stone goes to the bottom of the mine, lake. So whatever we think, whatever we do, everything goes, it creates immediate impact, good or bad, joy or suffering, pleasure or pain. That's the instant impact. And then it does not die, it goes into the bottom of my mind as impression. It remains there as impression. You can recollect that. That's why memory comes. Memory of our actions we forget, but you can recall that memory because it is there. If it is gone forever, delete. If it is totally deleted, you cannot find anywhere. But apparently deleted, but you can find. That's why you cannot delete anything, no? Even if you delete it, somewhere it can be found out. So here, God has designed this body mind such a way that whatever you do, everything instantly creating its impact will be there, not in a gross form, in a subtle form, as an impression form. That's why you call mental impression. And that is in Sanskritical samskaras. So we are what we are today is a bundle of our samskaras, impact of all these thoughts and actions. So actions, therefore karma, this karma has three effects. One is that one is done in the past, they are stored in some place. Doctors, medical science cannot find that by dissecting the heart or anywhere. But the spiritual people or the psychiatrist or psychologist, Patanjali and other great psychologists of the world, they say it remains in the mind as the impactor of it is as impression. So the impression which remains, we call this sanchita karma. All these impressions are there that create a desire in me, and it gives a direction in me, but it is not yet started giving. It can give any moment. So work has three aspects. One is which done, it retains in the substratum. Sanchita karma, that karma is what is accumulated. Kriyaman, now I am what I am doing, now I am talking. This is a karma. It has this impact. Kriyaman. And another is the pushing me in my, I do not know tomorrow what shall I do? Where shall I go? We may plan this way, but ultimately it does not happen that way. That is due to the impact of prarabdha. So work can be divided into sanchita karma, kriyaman, and prarabdha. This body, as it is now, it has been the impact of all the karmas of past life, good and bad, thought this way, that way, and last thought came out something. When the last thought came, then we are born in this body, and that trajectory is this life. It is already fixed. Who have fixed? I have fixed. You have fixed for yourself. Every one of us have determined which direction I shall go. Suppose this life, someone dies now. So where you will go next life? Maybe your karma will lead you. Karma will create an impression in the mind, and that will the last thought will come as a thought. and thought will manifest as action. You will be born in that. I'll be a rich guy. I'll be very prominent in the society. I'll be studying this philosophy or whatever the desire comes. That prime desire gives the starting point of this life. And this life is going on because of that decision taken in the last life when leaving the body. It is like you take you have, our scriptures give the old example, a hunter. Hunter has in his quiver, so many arrows are there. These are the karma, accumulated karma. The hunter takes one of them and then he hits which direction he will shoot, no? Maybe this direction, that direction. He is free to do anything. But he wants to kill a flying bird or whatever. So when you push it, you are pushing your all past actions, accumulated karma. One of them is getting fructified. And when it goes out of your hand, now what happens? The arrow is moving in its own way. How long it will go? Till its momentum becomes zero, drops. This life is like that. What have been decided, I may blame anyone, God, you, this, that, or praise someone. Karma theory says it is you. You forgot that now. And you are in the middle. You say, can you control the arrow? Say, hey, arrow, why are you, let us go. No, I don't want to hit this. No, it is going to this, it will go. You have no control over that. That's why it is said, we cannot change our prarabdha karma. Even you are a Brahmajnani, the body will suffer what is to suffer. Our body will have some, whatever, body joy you have to get, because the trajectory is fixed. So in that trajectory, it is good trajectory, it will go nicely. If it is in that someone hits, you will have to have the shock of hitting. You will have to get it. So the trajectory of life is called the prarabdha karma. And you cannot do anything. Brahmajnani or Bhagavan born, he cannot change it. Why? Look at that, Ramakrishna born. What bad thing he has done, why he should suffer from cancer and all these things. It's a karma. Whose karma? His own karma? No, he has taken a body to do good to the world. That was his prarabdha, his self-imposed prarabdha for redeeming us. That's the kindness of avatars. But in this journey, whatever is taken, not his karma, good and bad, is there at all. He's free from his above karma. But he suffers even after realization. All the saints and sages, they don't suffer, they don't die. Why they will die? Because momentum will be zero at certain point. Someone will be, Vivekananda will be 39 years, 6 months. Ramakrishna maybe how much, 50 years or what? Then Krishna was little longer. Buddha was, so everyone is born and did that. Yeah, and we ordinary people also, when the momentum is zero, then we'll die. But then what's the use of God realization? When God realization is done, what will happen? Instantly, all the accumulated past karma, God realization means you're detached from everything. So the hunter says, I have done enough hunting. I don't want to hunt anymore. Enough work I have done. Enough I have seen of the world. I don't want to be involved in anything. Throw away the quiver. So though in the quiver there are so many arrows, which could have created so many killing, so many hunting, so many things, all are thrown away. Our karma, which is accumulated, called sanchita karma, that is thrown away. That will not have any effect. as soon as you realize God or realize yourself. Second, in this life, what Kriyaman, what I have done from my childhood till today, all this karma will create effect, no? Should have created effect. But for a realized soul, this will be nullified. Then what will go on now? The rest of the journey of the life will have to go. And they go, the realized soul, move in that journey, not feeling anything, not happy, not unhappy, because they have severed the bond of any desire. Desire is gone. That's why you have realized God or you have realized yourself. So desire-free mind then moves. The life goes on, but they don't get affected by anything. Good comes, bad comes, no? That is the way prarabdha karma works. So three karma, accumulated karma, lives after lives and lives after lives, because mind is an old guy. Body is a temporary guy. That's why it says 84 crores of births, no? We become human. So 84 crores of birth bodies we have taken. But the mind is the same old guy. And it moves from one body to another body, matures, 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 is going on. Till now it is the same old guy. And mind will die, then this journey will end. That's why the Brahma Gyanis become in the body, in the mind, but not of the body, of the mind. They can disassociate. So this is the three types of karma. What we can do out of this karma theory, not frustration, not hopelessness, but all positivity. If I have fixed my trajectory of last life, I can also do something to free myself. So my karma, my instinct, I can change. But this life I cannot do anything because it is out of my hand. The arrow has been targeted and just given the pull, or a gun. Bullet has been out of the gun. In the middle, you can say, hey, don't hit that guy. Come this way. You cannot do that because it is out of your hand. So this body, whatever suffering, joy, sukha, dukkha, ananda, vedana, whatever will come in this life, that we have to go through. That's why Brahmajnani to ignorant people, everyone have to go through that. Jnani, when a knower of truth, he enjoys smilingly because he knows it is body suffering, not me. But I'm identified with it. I say, I am suffering all the pain and suffering and joys and blessings. So this is the only thing that prarabdha karma continues for a Jnani and Ajnani, both equally. But Jnani smiles and enjoys seeing Mahapurush Maharaj, Shivananda. He is having so breathing trouble so much. In those days, there is no oxygen cylinder or this and that, no? And some relief of the breathing problem can be given to this hospital, or you can do something. Sleep apnea. You can get some this instrument to give it some relief. But he has nothing. And his whole night is restless. Almost the life force is going out, as it were. And in the morning, he's sitting then with the pillows all around, and one in the chest, one in the back. And some devotee came and asked Maharaj, Maharaj, how are you? Oh, I'm perfect. I'm happy. And then the attendant was sitting there. He said, Swami, you whole night you suffered. And you are saying you are okay, you are happy. Oh, you are talking about my body. Yes, the body was really difficult. And see, they can separate out these two things like two objects. One is me, the source of eternal consciousness or the divine, and my body is a jacket. In the heavy cold, jacket is old jacket. All the holes are here and there. All the cold is going through that. But this jacket is new jacket. Yes, it will give some good service for some years. Or even the new jackets, and baby is born with so many problems. So anyhow, so this is the three idea of karma. And the most important thing, benefit is that karma theory is inspirational to us. I can change my trajectory of next life. Or whatever going on to the body mind, but I can disassociate with the body mind by sadhana. And if I can do that, let the body go. Let Swamiji says in the Song of the Sannyasi, let someone put some garlands on. Someone kick this frame. Say not. Someone kicks the body. Ramakrishna was in his room, is meditating this way. One, not Dakshineshwar, but in Jan Bazar, with what you call Mathur Babu's house in Calcutta. Anyhow, and or where this I am mixing the place wherever it were. Then one Motabaun, no, whatever his name, another Brahmin priest. He entered into Ramakrishna's room, and Ramakrishna was oblivious of the outward situation. And when he was thinking like that, sitting like that, and that Brahmin came and he asked, "Hey, Brahmin." He thought Ramakrishna is a Brahmin like that, like him. And he said, "What miracle you did, what tricks you did to control the Babu, the landlord." That means Mathur Babu has become almost a servant of Ramakrishna. Baba says something, that will be done. He can do anything for Baba. Then he said, I can also learn that and can control Baba, a Babu. And he asked him. And Ramakrishna was oblivious. He was not in the worldly plane. So once he asked, Bolna, tell Brahmin, tell Bolna Baun, বাবুটাকে কেমন করে বস করলি, how you could have controlled or made a servant of you like that, no? What is the trick? What is the mantra? There's some mantra chanting, mantra, tantra, there are some things, Boshikaran, this, that. There are other science also. He was once, twice, thrice, he said, but Ramakrishna was not in the world at all. Then the Brahmin give a kick. And Sri Ramakrishna rolled down in the floor. That's all. After a long time, one day, when a discussion came about that Brahmin, Ramakrishna said, before Mathur was said, a long time gone, he said that yes, that Brahmin thought that I did some magic on you. So he one day came and he was asking me, but I was not aware of it. And then he kicked me. Huh? He kicked you? Baba, why did you not tell me? I would have taken my sword and killed him immediately. That means, but see, for Ramakrishna, it's just a amusing story. Somebody came and did sing. So whether someone kicks you or praises you, equal. So that is the power of karma yoga or karma theory, that we can transform our energy into such a direction that this world will fail to disturb our peace. That's called realization. So
about the karma theory, Sanchito, Prarabdha, and Kriyaman. The order will be Kriyaman is which?
Kriyaman is what we are doing now.
Sanchito or Prarabdha?
Sanchito is already there in the past. Okay. Because of the Prarabdha, this body is going. And every day, in addition, we are creating our own new thoughts, new ideas, which will be the cause for my next part. Okay. This
that will be Sanchito. And
that will go back to Sanchito. But now this trajectory, this is going on, I cannot do any change because it has been started with the previous one. But during this journey, I am adding something more, plus, minus, this, that, whatever, good, bad, and that will create my next. But even in this life, whatever I thought did, all goes back to Sanchita. In your computer, you sit and you see, you are reading your email, and there's just something here. Okay, what is this? And you go to the YouTube, and then you click the YouTube. Hundreds of things come, and you click anything, and you didn't note even that you have done that. But it is in the history, Sanchita. In you, and you, you, unless you delete it, but you cannot delete anywhere. That's the major point. Modern science helps us to understand our life also. Our Sanchita Karma, you cannot delete anything. It is everything is there. That's why the human personality becomes so noble and so mean, so devilish, so brutal, so animalistic. Because all the animal instincts are also embedded in this accumulated past. And good thoughts are also there. Therefore, our sadhana, do something, think something positive, so that the top surface, it will be all with positive thinking, and they will be there, but they will not be able to push up. But in the old ponds, you have checked, no? Pukure, which you have in village. Now it is no more there, but many old ponds are there, water reservoir is so dirty and so much, always there bhurbhuri, bubbles are coming up. That means all the bad things, things so much inside. So therefore now, if you can put sufficient load over it with all positive thing, and that so much purity will be there on there, so the other thoughts will not be able to come up. That's why when you do meditate, why so many distraction comes? Bhurvuri. The bubbled up thoughts, they're coming again and again and again.
Swami, Thakur's doctrine of Gita and Tyagi, Tyagi and Gita, you repeat Gita multiple times on Tyagi. When you say Tyagi, is it Karmaphala Tyagi or Vishaya Asakti Tyagi?
Tyagi. Tyaga means, Tyaga means renunciation. Normally, Swami Thakur said Gita Tagi. Tagi and Tyagi, in grammatically, it has been analyzed, it is the same. As a Tyaga means the Gita also divided in different ways, but let us simply understand. Tyaga means detachment, Tyaga means renunciation. Renunciation of what? What is impermanent, or what is permanent, to hold on. That's the Tyaga, its real sense. But this is also Tyaga. I renounce God, and I'm busy with the world. That is the majority of the people in the world will live like that. But here Tyaga means attachment, tag of attachment. To be more associated with God, that is in a positive sense. Tyaga has two. What is that Gita? I forget now the verse. Tyaga and Sannyasa. Sannyasasya mahavaho tattvamichhami. And Tyagasya rishikesha. What is called Tyaga? What is Sannyasa? Sannyasa means sannyasa means giving up and going away. And Tyaga means karma follow Tyaga. And technically, if you say Tyaga, you do karma, all karma, but give it to God. So this prarabdha karma, what is leading, and in this life, whatever karma I am doing, it is accumulating in my account again. If we practice Tyaga, karma you do, karma follow, you give it to God. It goes in God's account. So its impact will not come in our life. That's why it is said, everything you Ishare Samarpan Buddhi. Tyaga means this offering to God or renouncing its effect. Karma you do, but all the results, good and bad, you offer it to, so that mentally you are free from attachment. So if that makes us free. Sannyasa means this giving up all action and taking the life of monastic life where there is no karma anymore. Sannyasis have no duty, that karma. Or in the early days, there are home of fire. Every householder will have to do the home of fire. But a sannyasi is released from that responsibility because where he will collect all these ghee items, these that do perform. So sannyasa is one idea, tyaga. But ultimately, it is the sense is the same, to give up everything to God.
Bad karmas we can give it to God.
Good and bad, whatever what is yours. There is nothing yours. Bad to our sense, good to our sense. So that we live in the duality, we should think good and bad. And in the eyes of God, what is good, what is bad? We look at the paintings, paintings of people who are doing so many nice painting, so maybe spiritual, non-spiritual, whatever. But the artist, it is no good and bad. It is all creation. And in that creation there is joy. Is it not the artist? Is it not? But the observer's mind may say, this is good, this is bad. Observer's mind is not the mind of the painter, the Lord God who is the painter. In his eyes, there is no good and bad. Diversity is a plan of life. If there is no diversity, there is no life. And so painting or art is there because of the diversity, variety, variation of colors and shades and all these things. So it is our mind. So long we are in the mind, we can say good and bad. We should not do this, we should do this. But when one reaches up above, there is no good and bad. Coming back, Ramakrishna going to the that quarters of the prostitutes, and he's looking at this and saluting, Ma, you are here in the same. Ma in the temple, Ma is here, Ma, same Ma. It is a reality, it is not a talk. We have to understand this high philosophy. What happens after realization is a total difference. The world becomes all full of joy, full of madhu, full of God, full of consciousness. No, it's different roles. No? A tidal wave and a wave, soothing wave. When soothing wave, people go for surfing, enjoyable, and something turbulent wave. Then the surfers come back. They don't find the joy, rather it is a hardship and sometimes dangerous. So good, bad is like that. From our perspective, yes, we have to avoid what is negative, to hold on to what is positive. But in the eyes of God, everything is good. Another
Sorry, difference between breath and prana, you can explain.
breath and prana, breathing.
Breathing is usually confused with prana.
Prana is the energy. Flowing of the energy is the breath. Energy flowing.
There's some relation there, right?
They are same. When it is active, prana is there. When it manifests in so many ways. So breathing also, breath is some air flow because of the prana. Pro on, propurvak on that, which prakrishta rupena pushes the life go on, pro on prana. So that energy which allows the body to continue. So
Yoga Vashishta Sara, you have explained about Ishvara Koti and Brahma Koti.
Oh, Baba.
And when Thakur says Ishvara Koti and Jiva Koti, is it the same or different?
No, no. Ishvara Koti means they are special people. They are born by the will of God, a special calling. They are already realized soul. They live in higher plane of existence. And they come, when God comes, he calls, hey, you have meditated long back, come with my battalion now. So some came when he came as Krishna, some came when at the time of Rama, some came when he was born as a Christ. So when Ramakrishna came in this time, he called, hey, Sarvadevananda, Ramakrishna Nanda, you come. They were in the time of Jesus Christ. He selected 2 people from there. Like that. They are already liberated. But they are coming to fulfill the mission of the Lord God who comes down as avatar. They are called Ishwar Kotis. There is no purpose of them but to fulfill what this incarnation wants to uplift the whole humanity in different aspects. And Jiva Koti, we are all Jivas. Jivas are ignorant and Jivas are running because of their karma, past karma, prarabdha karma, bound by so many fetters of bondage, and trying to get out of this bondage. That is the Jiva Koti and Ishvara Koti. And Brahma Koti, I forgot what is Brahma Koti. Anyhow, in that read that book, it is not my book, it is I only translated. It is Swami Dhireshananda Maharaj's book. He was one of the great Vedanta teacher and very great scholar, at the same time, great sadhu. So, and he lived in the Himalayas for a long time with the sadhus of other order rather than our own order.
How does one control ego versus inaction?
Ego versus inaction.
Yes.
Inaction means it may come from 2 aspects, inaction. One from tamas, another from sattvika, if you rise above sattva. Rajas, that's why Gita says, you have to conquer the tamas quality, inertia. I want to lie down in my bed, I don't want to get up. Inertia, push. Jump out of your bed, go to take a shower and sit down for meditation. So you, tamas, jump into rajas, rajas to sattva. And then after sattva, you meditated, really you are very absorbed. You come out and stand before the mirror, you see your face is beaming with joy. You find your own face little different. And tamas also, if I am sleeping and go to see my face, it will be more peaceful. So they look alike. Tamas and sattva, they look alike. But one comes from deep ignorance, another comes from deep conscious effort to think about something higher. When you are meditating, you are thinking of the Lord God, who is all effulgent, whatever mantra you chant, Gayatri you think, whatever you think, these are all light and effulgence and Namo Namo Prabhu Vakka Manatito. Oh Ramakrishna, I am saluting you. Namo Namo. Saluting, saluting, saluting. Namo Namo Prabhu. Oh Lord God, who are Vakka Manatito. You are beyond speech, beyond mind. নমো নমো প্রভু বাক্যমনাথিত তারপরে কি মনো বচন एको आधार यदि substratum of all the minds of the universe, Bachan of the speech. So you're talking about highest Vedanta. In the every day we chant and wave the arati and sing, but think of that who you are thinking, who is your Ramakrishna? Mano Bachana Ika Adhar. Namo Namo Prabhu Bhakti Jyotira Jyoti. It's the light of the light. Suppose we do meditate like that in Rama, we fall asleep because we think it's some dull picture, trying to think it, and I'm tired after a whole day. Naturally, I sink into the deep sleep. But that's good. At least who that landlord, that judge, who what is his name, used to come to Ramakrishna's room and lie down and author he after whole days so much work, he get full rest in leaving Swami Ramakrishna's room in the mat. He's such a high position person. And others say he's sleeping. Let Ramakrishna, no, let him sleep, let him sleep. The sleeping in Ramakrishna's room is different, of course, and his presence. So when his sattika thought is like that, it brings the mind in higher plane. And that impact of that thinking is tremendous. So when one thinks like that, it becomes sattiko. So sattiko expression and tamasico expression may appear the same, but one is coming out above Rajagun, another is below Rajagun. So for our spiritual practice, tamas should have to function, so enter into rajas, and rajas to sattva. And these are all dacoits, as Ramakrishna said, because tamas binds us. Laziness, lethargy, unwillingness to do anything. No? So tamas binds us in this type of qualities. Make me inert, jara. Rajas make me egotistic, proud, haughty. I am such a, do you know who you are talking? I can do that. Is more tamas, then they will talk like that. If he is mixed with sattva, then we'll do. I am Dasa, I am Thakur, I am the servant of God. Same rajas. When more of tamas, it acts differently. And the same rajas added with the sattva, it gives a different perspective. So, and then gradually thinking sattva quality is light, it is illumination. But you have to, when we focus on that light or sattva quality, it has a good side, is it releases us from bondage, but it cannot take us to God because he is a dacoit. His weakness is that sattam sukhe sanjayati. When you are a sattika person, you remain attached to happiness. You are a happy guy, and I'm happy with it. No, even the happiness you have to transcend. You are happiness yourself. You are happy because of something that is lower state. You are that. So you have to go beyond sattva. That's why triguna atita. Gita says nistriguno bhavarjuna. You are in the three gunas. Try to be above the three gunas. Neither tamas, neither rajas, neither sattva. When it will be? When our I, ego, you are talking about, that I is related in three gunas. When I associates with that which is beyond the guna, I is egoless, or I dies.
But Shotto shows the way, isn't it?
Hmm?
Shotto shows us the way, doesn't it? Doesn't Shotto shows us the way?
Yeah, so that's why I said it is good that it is a friend, it takes us to the illumination. But it cannot get there in itself. There is a limitation of that. Yes.
Maharaj, today in the reading today, there was a piece, there was a song which mentioned the Shad Ripus with the three gunas.
Oh, all these gunas are work through the ripus.
So I was curious if you can talk a little bit more about, is there a change in the
Yeah.
six ripus as we
No,
go
no,
along?
they're organs, they're instruments. When your intention is good, everything will be taking you to the positive direction. Kama, kama will be desiring for God. Krodha, anger. Anger will take you to, why, Lord God, you are not coming to my life? Fight with him. Lobha, I'll be very greedy for your love. So this same thing will take a turn the other way. I'm proud that I belong to Ramakrishna. That's a proud. Ego, proud maybe. Pride is bad, but this pride is good. I belong to a religion, Swami Vivekananda said, in the Parliament of Religions, which has fostered this. I'm proud to belong to the ancient sages. Like that. I'm proud. There is a question of proud. There is Sattika proud. And Rajasika proud. I order this. Today this is sanctioned. But tomorrow this is done. Third day this is done. This is also pride. You see the difference? Those are expression of power. But one power is leading where, another power is leading where. Motivated by Sattva quality, motivated by Rajas quality, or motivated by Tamas quality. So this whole world is a play of three gunas, and that is in us. Three gunas. That's why to know these gunas, their functions, and to transcend one guna with the other, going above, trying to reform them, reorganize them. God-centric versus body-centric, emotion-centric, ego-centric. So, to God, we can, as I give the example of what you call, what is called, you call that Velcro. Velcro, you put this side, and there is other, it's stuck. It's the world side. That Velcro you can turn in the other side, which is God. Then it will not come out also. It's a practice. That's why we are doing japa meditation, to touch and stay there. Not this side, but the other side. Okay? Huh?
Thakur is God. He is the Tribhuvaneshwar, king of the three worlds and everything. And one day reading Kathamrita, Thakur wants to go somewhere, and he is worried, Gari bhara ba ke jaye, nauka bhara ba ke jaye. And we felt pain reading that, So,
Now that you have to understand, when you talk about Ramakrishna as avatar, when he behaves as a human personality, you have to accept as human. Deva Manav, in his character, two things are simultaneously working. Read the Great Master or Divine Play. They'll say Ramakrishna is divine, but he's playing in the Manava form. So Manavic, the human weaknesses, human anxieties, human worries, we'll work on that so long you are in the body.
yeah. But we feel pain,
You feel pain, that is your spiritual growth. You feel that I'm thinking of his suffering. So, go, Thakur suffered. And then your sympathy goes for God. Then means our mind becomes mellowed. Said, so we end here today and be in joy, be in peace. Whatever, so much situation is bad, good, we have no control over anything, but we have the control this much that we can turn back our attention to in our life. And whatever happens, you have to face it. And I pray that Thakur gives us the strength to understand this and guide our intellect. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. কজন ছিল?